building has always been linear, right? We've been building Cartesianally, squares and rectangles, simply because we didn't have other tools to build differently, right? If you look at the map of the United States, why is some states divided, with a straight line?
Yeah.
Because we had rulers and pencils and said, you know what, this is yours and this is ours, right?
It's so funny how we fall into these like little. The shamans will call it domestication, which I love. But it's simple things like business cards. Why the hell is it that shape? Why? Because the tools can make it that shape, right?
Of course.
So it's the same kind of idea, right?
Absolutely.
Wow.
Absolutely. Now the thing is, as long as we continue, so I'm diving right to the problem and the solution in my opinion. If we're going to double the land coverage of cities, we have to stop dividing those lands Cartesianally. We have to stop dividing them into rectilinear shapes, right? Because if you're giving an architect, super talented or not talented at all, a plot of land, 50 by 50, 100 by 50, and you say I have 20-story allowance, you're going to get a refrigerator.
Right.
A beautiful one or a non-beautiful one, you're still going to get a box, right? Now, what's the issue with a box? The issue with a box is that you are creating climate-controlled spaces in isolation. Those environments are not contributing to social connectivity. They're not contributing to biodiversity. They're not contributing to the climate or to the society. Everything in nature needs to first contribute to the whole, right?
One more time, please, Dror, and look that way and say that, please. That's beautiful.
Everything in nature really needs to design for helping.
First. It was like it needs to give first or something.
Yes, everything in nature needs to give first.
Yeah.
And the idea
beautiful.
that you're actually contributing.
Yeah.
And then you're taking from the resources that exist in order to give. Right?
Beautiful.
Now, if you think of society, what's our biggest issues today? Number one issue in urban centers all over the world today is what we call the pandemic of loneliness. Why are we so lonely?
Yeah.
Why are we so lonely? So we're blaming those devices, right? Because we can get everything we want on the phone. But if you had a park downstairs that you can get to easily, you would, go and eat your sandwich there rather than in front of your computer upstairs, right? You would meet somebody. Cities today are not designed for serendipity like they should be, right? So when we're talking about how to create a sense of community, how do we create a sense of belonging? Is to create environments that are shaped like nature. How does nature shape? Nature builds everything cellular, everything with node-based logic. Look at this atrium, right? I mean, it's a square atrium, but if it was a round one or an organic one, it would have looked actually quite interesting, right? And it's a meeting place. It's a place where people congregate.
We're looking, by the way, at what would you say, 20 floors maybe?
Yeah.
And a huge skylight atrium.
Exactly. And you get it's a very cloudy day today, and you get a great light inside. So now open this logic. Take this logic, open it up to a cellular logic, and create cities like this, and you have no idea the impact that it's going to create.
Okay, when we say cellular logic, give us, so we off camera we said this is going to be really hard because we're both so visual.
Yes.
And we're going to put some things in.
We're going to put some things in.
But explain what that means in our last minute. What someone would see rather than a square brick refrigerator, and I love that.
So if I take any piece of land and I start to understand the land by mapping specific nodes that exist there. Let's say over here I have a 300-year-old tree, and here I have a creek, and here I have a bunch of trees next to each other. I can start creating nodes. Out of those nodes that I'm also relating to the topography of the land, what am I creating? I'm creating circles, places that I can start to build according to the existing nature and the contour. So when we're talking about the fact that we've shifted in recent years to human-centric design, what does that mean? What were we designing before?
Sounds to me like a consultant made that up.
Exactly.
So sell some products.
Exactly. But
services.
what were we designing before?
Sorry, all you consultants.
we were designing actually, well, in the urban context, we were designing for cars,
Right.
right? Because cars needs to get from point A to point
Yes.
B.